The picturesque town of Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin is the backdrop for one of the biggest motorsports events in the world. For the 4th year, the Sports Car Club of America National Championship Runoffs returns to Road America. Beautiful, fast, and treacherous, this track puts a premium on horsepower, aerodynamics, and bravery. A single mistake can end in disaster, but a single moment of inspiration can turn a contender into a champion. The 49th annual SCCA Runoffs is next on Speedcast TV.
We are ready to go racing in H production. Oh, he turned him. Working the inside is Lee Neffenegger.
He halved the difference. Oh, Spicer trying to hold position.
But he's too much speed. He's wide. Guerrerian trying to do it around the outside.
Now one more for the guys up in the booth.
It is a beautiful, glorious afternoon here, fall day at the America's National Park of Motorsports. It is Road America. Why are we here? For the 49th running of SCCA's National Championship Runoffs. And it is just a remarkable day for racing. We've seen some incredible action already. And now our final race of this first day with this new rolling schedule. We have races now on Thursday. 4 races have commenced. Amongst them, we have 6 national champions already crowned, and we've got 2 coming up. This one should be a barn burner. Formula Enterprises and Formula Mazda running as a combined race, Dorsey.
Yeah, that's going to put a lot of open-wheel cars out there at the same time, and they're close in speed, so we're going to have a really, really good show between these 2 cars.
Yeah, I think it is going to be spectacular. Now, they will do it in a split start, but these classes are both very close in speed, so when we start blending them up a little bit, it's going to be pretty tight. Before we get into the rundowns of who's starting where, let's get down to John Bizignano for an update from the grid.
Well, guys, these are real race cars, okay? They are a spec race car, but certainly they have every bit of the aerodynamics of a very sophisticated design. Let's just look a little bit. First of all, a full front wing, elevated nose that first came out by Tyrrell in Formula One. The little side wings on the side, you can see the different settings on these wings. Right now he's in the middle row. You know, if he wanted to go a little faster down these straightaways, he would drop that a little bit flatter, but he wants a little bit of grip up front. The side pods, of course, this is where all the cooling for the engine and the oil, the gearbox goes on along here. And go up and back here, this is all control of air back through here for less drag. And of course, up through here, you have the ram air effect going down into the engine. Go further back a little bit, of course, the rear wing, it's a double wing, an upper wing, and a lower wing. And again, you see all the holes and slots. Now, he has this pretty well flat here at Elkhart Lake. Now, the Formula Mazda, also open wheel, very sophisticated in its way, a spec racer also, a lot less aerodynamics, more simplistic front wings up front, and a very simplistic rear in the back, and of course the very successful Mazda Wankel engine. We gotta get out of here before they start these guys, but when these guys are learning how to race for future pro-type racing, this is the class they want to be in.
It is for sure, and I'll tell you, it's a great mix. Those 2 different styles of chassis, and yet they end up with remarkably similar lap times, and that produces some fantastic racings in this split start. Says we got a pretty good field in both of them. Let's get you going with the runoffs. In Formula Enterprises, it is Scott Redditch, who is 5 wins this year on his way to the Great Lakes Division Championship. Twice he's won gold. He's very talented driver. He's also won a couple of Pro Series when they had an FE Pro Series in that white number 17, alongside a nemesis of his, the number 91 of Pat Gallagher in the Howard Concrete Pumping Formula Enterprises car. By the way, Redditch's car is the Alliance Autosports Springboro Car Wash entry. Gallagher and Redditch have had some great battles. They're friendly rivals, but they're fierce. 2 wins for Gallagher. Third is the 65 of Jason Wolf, the J Motorsports FE. Fourth is the number 5 of Steve Grundahl in the Blue Mounds, Wisconsin-based Milwaukee region Midwest prototyping entry. Fifth is the number 20 of Denny Markline, who's been around racing for a long time, 2 wins this year. He's driven spec racers and all kinds of things and really loves this FE category in his Markline Auto Body entry. The 6th qualifier, number 73, Paul Schneider out of Mint Hill, North Carolina. 5 wins on his way to the championship in the Southeastern Division in the Performance Motor Cars of Charlotte FE. 7th, number 2, Dean Opperman. He's out of Chicago, 3 wins this year, 2nd in ascending points. And moving on to 8th at 03, Tilden Kinlaw of Lumberton, North Carolina, 5th in the Southeastern Division Championship, driving the Comprend Motorsports entry. 9th to 66 of Joe Sturm, the Lammers Motor Racing FE. 10th to 63 of Joel Jonko out of Key Largo, Florida, in the FE, 11th or 24, Matt Cutter out of Sterling, Illinois, driving out of BVR region in the Wild Creek Wellness FE. 12th, the number 4, Carl Przybowski out of River Forest, Illinois in the One Formula FE. 13th, 22, Tyler Hunter in his phone's West Digital Systems FE. He's out of Denver. 14th, the number 10, Keith McDonald running Washington, D.C. region, his Hoosier FE. And 15th, number 40, Pat Lynn out of Pittsburgh, PA in the PRL Motorsports entry.
In Formula Mazda, we have also 13 more cars to look at. Up front, Douglas Peterson has 4 wins so far out of 7 starts. He is going to lead Robert Knoll, who also has 1 win in this season so far, the Southeast Division 2nd place, and Peterson is the leading champion. Steve Jenks up next and has 2 wins out of 7 starts so far this year, followed by Dale Vandenbush. He has 4 wins out of 5 starts, a car to watch there. Darrell Willis, 2 wins out of 4, 50% ratio so far. Then Jason Vilkmurder. This guy's got a great start. 7 races, 7 wins for the year.
Wow.
We'll have to watch him. George Jackson, 3 wins out of 9 starts. Stuart Reddy up next, 4 wins out of 10 starts. A lot of racing with these guys going on. Carson Weeder has won 1 time out of 5. Davis Parr has won 1 time out of 11 starts this year. A lot of time behind the wheel there. Alan McCallum, 3 wins out of 8 starts. David Van Hooser looking for his first start after 12 competitions so far this year. And the end of that is Ken Denault. He's got 5 wins out of 6 starts. So his qualifying not reminiscent of how his year's gone.
At all. No, there's some very, very talented drivers a little bit deeper in the pack. You run into those little issues and you don't get the lap right. You got lots of cars out there. You hit traffic. Things can happen. Now it's time to prove what you're worth. And the interesting thing, I think you mentioned it, Doug Peterson in Formula Mazda has been a champion before, but his last one was in 2004. And he's also here running in GT1, so about 2 different cars as you can get.
Yeah, you got that right. One huge horsepower, big heavy car, and one smaller horsepower, very agile, nimble, full aero car.
One of the things that's fun with the comparison of these cars, the FE cars, because of the aerodynamics that Biz was talking about, pretty planted.
Yeah.
You watch these Formula Mazda cars, and it's pitch and catch, man. It is so fun to watch these guys get those cars rotating in corners.
And of course, Mazda has had a stepping stone series with that Star Mazda. And
yep.
The Formula Mazda was where that all came from. A lot of young drivers aspire to be pro drivers, started right here.
Absolutely.
This is a really good show.
They actually, when that first Star Mazda championship came on for the Pro Series, these were the chassis.
Yeah.
Then they evolved to the new Star Mazda car, but this was proven to be such a popular class and puts on such great racing. That's the fun part about it, and it's intense, close-fought stuff. And I think some of it, you learn to drive. When you drive a
Yes.
car that you throw around a little bit and it's all feel, you succeed in that, you can drive anything.
And for open wheel racing, this is as close to affordable as you're going to get,
Yeah.
too. You know, they're pretty solid cars. Been around a long time, no doubt about it, so they're tried and true. And that yellow car up front, Doug Peterson, well, we've seen that car there so many times before.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then here are the FE machines.
A lot newer looking body style, a lot more aero, you can tell right away. Slip rear.
So it's an interesting mix, and now we're starting to pair up behind that beautiful Chevy Corvette pace car.
Spec cars are all
Yeah.
identical in their build.
In both classes.
In both classes, so you know they're going to be close in times around the racetrack.
And here we go, up into 14. The FE machines, led by double defending champion Scott Redditch, who's also here running a Spec Racer Ford that we'll see him in a little bit later on. Very good in that car as well. Pace car is in, and let's look for the green. Remember, we got the split start, so the FMs, the Formula Mazdas, will be coming up behind it. Field coming up underneath the Caterpillar Bridge, watching the start stand, looking for it. We are green, we are green. A move to the look by Jason Wolf. Try and get down the inside of Redditch, but a nice move by Gallagher. Timed that smartly. And he and Redditch are still wheel to wheel heading down into turn 1. This is all who's going to give. And look at that. Gallagher's going to try the outside. Runs wide. And here comes Wolf down the inside. Wolf now inside of Gallagher. That J Motorsports entry. Does he make it work? He's through. And he was trying to get a run on Redditch as well. See if he pulled that off. Dorsey coming out. Well, they're upstream just a little bit more. And no, Reddick still has it.
15 cars, and they keep it clean for 3 corners, 4 corners. That's pretty good.
That is really good, and it's close fought. As you can see, they are interlocking wheels and going after it, and still this battle. And here we go. Gallagher was trying to get by Wolf again, and here's our start in Formula Mazda. Peterson in that yellow car in the front row. Behind him, Steve Jenks, another yellow Star Mazda, but outside it's Robert Knoll. And same story here, Dorsey. That outside car trying to stay put, do something around the outside.
On the turn 1 lap when
No.
you can make that work. He found a slot, though, got it to the inside. 13 of these cars are clean through turn 1.
And I think that may have been Darrell Wills working his way around the outside. And oh, a beautiful move down the inside. George Jackson in that blue car, he had qualified back in 7th, and that was a move that put him into 5th, maybe 4th. Nice start by George Jackson.
Clean through turn 4, both classes. Oh, here's trouble, though. We've had contact with the 22.
Tyler
and
Hunter.
someone.
Oh, boy, that's a big off.
And that's going to be a full course because you see it's not going anywhere with the suspension torn off in the gravel trap there.
Look at this move down to the inside. Darrell Wills qualified in 5th, Dorsey, and that was a look at 2nd. What a start by Darrell.
Couldn't really tell where that was, where that car was off at, but I wouldn't imagine this first lap to stay green. That's turn 8, which in the brake zone, you know they must have made contact down there. That's just where these guys are headed to right now.
Here's Peterson leading it. I think that is
this will be yellow down in front of him, which means no passing, and yet there's a car
down to the inside, and then he checked up. I think he realized it right there. Can't do that.
I didn't see the car yellow though.
Yeah.
So
they continue, and here we go. Watching these cars through the carousel here. They do get that back end rotating around. They are fun to watch through here.
A lot of grip with these cars, a lot of aero grip, and the chassis makes good mechanical grip as well. They're on full-on slicks, unlike their showroom stock series, which are shaved tires. These have a lot of grip. These tires are meant to last about a half hour, 40 minutes, I'd say.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Gallagher has gone back around Wolf. Yep, that is the 65 of Wolf, who has fallen back into 3rd after getting in front of Gallagher for a little bit.
These guys got to watch dropping those wheels on the exit of the turn 4 right there. You see there's a big hole starting to develop in there. And you watch that suspension of that car kick up. Well, if you kick it up hard enough, it'll kick over center and go up on top of the hood, and then that's not good.
That's never good. So, oh, and here's the 73 down in pit lane.
This could.
Paul Schneider. That's a shame. 5 wins in the Southeastern Division, the division champ. And he is parked in pit lane.
Looks like they're looking at the bottom of the gearbox. Might be also where the rear suspension hooks to that. In any event, they didn't look like they were in a big hurry right there.
Boy, and look at that. Wills again now trying for 2nd spot. What a great drive he's put on. By the way, in this category, Formula Mazda that we're watching, Stuart Reddy is eligible for a super sweep. However, he qualified back in 8th, so he's got some work to do in this category. And in FE, it is Scott Reddick, and he's up in front and doing what he needs to do.
Oh, gaggle of cars running for about 5th right there.
Boy, that one poor guy getting freight trained.
It's actually running, yeah, it is for 5th. As a matter of fact, it was a good guess.
All right, now Wills under attack. Heading down into the brake zone. And no, he not only didn't he get past, he actually got a run. He might go for 2nd here.
I think he will get 2nd up there because there's no room for 2 cars side by side. Takes it.
Yeah, he got it. That was Wills around Noel. I think that's Steve Jenks sitting right behind them in 4th. Yep.
And they got to calm it down if they're going to catch Doug Peterson because he's starting to gap them now. If they could just run nose to tail and try to run him down, then go back to work at passing each other again.
Well, maybe Wills, now that he's clear of those 2 cars in 3rd and 4th behind him, maybe we'll see if he's got the speed to just do it on his own.
Well, based on the race he's had so far, I think you'll see that happen. He whittled his way by that, and that wasn't easy, but he isn't exactly doing what you said. He's gapping. There's Darrell Wills, #1 car on the badge there.
And you know, in qualifying, he didn't get a time in either of the first 2 sessions, so he had 1 session to go out and throw a time down, and still was able to put it in 5th.
Boy, he's coming in too. Look at that.
Yeah, he is.
He's catching Peterson pretty quickly.
Yep, well, he was awfully impressive to watch. I was out around the corners a little bit yesterday. He wasn't working, just out sort of studying. And during his qualifying session, he was very, very quick. But obviously they didn't have quite the setup on the car, but they massaged it clearly because it's working a little bit better. And boy, he is reeling him in.
Very distinct car with that stripe down the center with the circle #1 like that, old school, if you will.
Looks it,
kind of
doesn't
look like an old Lotus kind of configuration, you know. I like it.
Yep, I do too. It's very, very retro. Let's see, what's the margin here? Well, Peterson a 2:18.8, Wills a 2:18.3. So
well, half second right there. It looks like he's reeling him in for sure. He's definitely gapped his way out of that 3rd place battle. Doesn't have to look in the mirror about that. They're not close.
Yeah, Noel and Jenks are back a bit now, having their own little battle for that final podium spot. Then a pretty big margin back to 5th. That's the number 19 of Alan McCallum, sitting back in the order a little bit.
That's 5th for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back there.
Yeah, that is a great scrap. There they are. That's broken up just a little
It
bit.
did break up some, didn't it?
So now let's watch Will see what he can do.
Right now the gap's about the same. He kind of got halfway where he wanted to go and then stalled out.
Wow, Reddick is he's leading, but he has got some serious pressure. That is, we talked about a nemesis, Pat Gallagher.
Yeah,
when they had the FE Pro Series, Gallagher was the only guy that really gave Reddick much of a run, and he's doing it again here.
Yeah, he's running down from what looked like a huge lead before.
Let's take a look at some lap times here when they come by.
I was just grabbing for that when you did that. That's a 2:15.8 to a 16.2.
Yeah, so he's
4/10
definitely
of a second.
found the speed.
And he's up in the draft right now, not quite where he needs to get, but this is a race.
Yeah, the two of them now have driven away a bit from Jason Wolf, but Denny Markline, remember we talked about him, he's got himself a very solid run sitting in that 4th spot. Then Tilden Kinlaw is 5th.
I like it. I like it.
Just go, baby.
Big speed
go.
through turn 1.
Well, and again, you know, yes, these are aero cars and they're formula cars, but they're not, you know, monster power formula cars, so momentum is huge.
Oh, it is for sure. You're right about that. I mean, you don't want to scrub. They didn't really scrub there. They just used a lot of road with a lot of speed going.
Exactly.
Now
well,
he's up in the draft for 5.
yeah.
I want to see if he wants to make a move this lap or not. He's run him down. There's no doubt about it. Gallagher's got faster than 2 cars at this point.
Well, and the thing with that momentum in an underpowered formula car with aero,
Yeah.
you lose the momentum. The aero squashes it down even quicker, too, doesn't it?
Yeah,
So it's almost double-edged.
Right now, you know, this is me. If I was Patrick Gallagher, I'd ride right here and not abuse my tires and just take that extra little cushion.
All right, we've got a new leader
Aha!
in Formula Mazda. Darrell Wills making the pass. Now Peterson gonna try and return the favor down into turn 1.
Nope.
Wills knifes across the bow and shuts the door.
Not gonna give
Beautiful
it to him.
defense. And that, you know, sometimes we've said it many times, Darcy, the best defense is a good offense.
Yeah.
Just drive.
Well, he fought to get that position. He got up there. He says, no, you're not taking that away right away.
Lap times tell the story on that one. A 2:16.9 for Wills, a 2:18.2 for Peterson. And Noel quicker than Peterson as well, as was Jenks.
Now the 3rd place car is going to get sucked into this battle because of that. Just that little bit of having to pass right there, and it's going to happen again. Not this lap. Oh, and he shutters the rear tires. You see the bodywork all jumping around?
Yeah.
That was really close to lockup. It's going to cost him position.
Peterson jumps on that opportunity. Peterson, a very experienced, savvy racer.
He did that so good. He did lock the tires up, and he shuttered the gearbox. You could see the whole back of the car start shaking around. He lost a little bit of ground, enough to lose that position.
And by the way, folks, the fastest car on that last lap was the 5th place car, the 19 of Alan McCallum at a 2:16.7.
That's made a 3-car race out of it, or it's about to. Just that one little pass, that one little bobble down there in turn 5 allows the 3rd place car to make up that teeny little ground.
And Alan, another guy, had no time in the first 2 sessions, then got out, just got a time in to qualify. Started 11th, Dorsey, and he is now 5th and flying. And look, speaking of flying, Wills right there on the gearbox of Peterson, through the kink, heading down into Canada.
Got a mirror full of Robert Noel now, too, who's drawn Steve Jenks into this thing. Now you got a 4-car battle for the win.
Oh boy, this is fierce. Out of Canada. Working our way through the Billy Mitchell turn. This is incredibly close fought stuff. And Scott Reddick on the last lap, by the way, in the other class, FE, running way slower than Pat Gallagher. So that battle's going to be a good one too. But 4 cars train right now for 4th, and I think McCallum is going to join this group. He is flying right now.
He's getting drug into it. And those 4 cars are putting a big hole in the air that he's sitting back there getting recipient of.
And we've got a new leader in FE, and it is Gallagher, has gone around Reddick. Then he runs a little wide through 8, but hangs on to it. But yeah, Gallagher's last lap, a 14.8, Reddick, a 15.4. And that's how it happened, and that's when it happened.
Yeah, I said he was quickest on the track because he ran down that deficit pretty quickly. Now we'll have to see as the tire goes along, or as the car goes along, how much the tires fall off on those 2 cars. Yeah, I don't know if I'd go there.
Ooh, brave, brave, brave. Here we go, side by each, through the kink and down in to Canada, but it gives Reddick the inside going into Canada, and he's clear.
These are, after all, very agile cars. They do have a lot of grip, so you try my... Oh, that was a big mistake right there. Goes off.
Oh, does he get it saved?
I can't tell. He
He
spun.
spun.
Yeah, he was in big trouble there. When he launched off that curb, he was all four wheels in the air. When he landed in the grass, he's lucky he didn't get in the wall.
I was just going to say, I think him spinning across the track was a good thing in that case.
Yeah, you hit those curbs and jump. Man, that's just gravel and stuff coming out from the back of the car that's getting it slippery. You get airborne like that, all the steering input and brakes and stuff don't work.
Yeah. I've heard that.
It's not good. This is a good battle, however, from the Mazda up front.
Surely is.
Peterson back in the lead again. He has been there so many times. Most experienced guy.
Yeah. But an impressive drive by Wills and again by McCallum. There's McCallum. I mean, he has caught that train now, Dorsey.
It's 5 cars now. I mean, they had it looking like it was a 2-car battle, but not any longer.
And again, the last lap, McCallum was the fastest car, that red one at the back of the pack.
He's getting the free tow from all of these guys in front, opening a big wall of air. It helps his car a lot. Now he can slingshot one by one through these guys. Oh, little slide there coming up out of the Bill Mitchell corner.
Ooh, missed his apex there, didn't he? 14, way wide. That's going to hurt.
That'll scrub speed there, too.
Peterson now finds it, but look at that. Robert Noel coming up to the inside of Wills.
He's got a good run going there. Should be able to pull that maneuver off down by turn 1.
Boy, Wills wants to try and out-deep him around the outside again, doesn't he?
Yeah, and staying side by side like that's not making life any easier. They're going to let Peterson sneak away again if they keep that up.
Well, and if you're going to do that pass around the outside, you are extremely hopeful that the guy you're passing who's on the inside, if you're there, will back out of it and not clip your wheel. And
see
those two guys
look,
you're right.
Look how much Peterson's got a lead now just because of that side by side through one corner. They got to think about that as the laps go on, not to let Peterson get away. He's too sly a guy to get that far out front.
And Noel pops early here. I'm not sure what that was all about, or whether he was thinking that Jenks in that second yellow car was going to try and come down the inside.
I figured this was going to happen.
Yeah, but that's given Wills the freedom he needs to pull those mirrors down for a second. But look at McCallum.
He's got the speed. Once he gets, if he can get around.
He just turned a 2:16.3, Dorsey.
I mean, he's in a good position to start popping these guys one by one. Ooh, a little bit of oil. Something came out the back of that. Fluid leak on.
Well, these cars, when you're off throttle, they really puke out a bunch of smoke, but that's on throttle and still doing it. That's not good.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the left rear corner. I don't know if that's an oil leak. Well, keep an eye on it. I mean, it'll be interesting if he's able to get in front of these guys because he'll be filling their visor with oil.
Yeah.
They won't be liking it.
But Garrett Wills,
he's inside.
He's taking the move. Wills showed the nose at Peterson. Here comes McCallum, and that is 4th. Fastest guy on the track has picked up one more spot.
But he gets passed back.
Yep. He's got to hang on to the inside here. Can he do it? Can he do it? No. And Jenks back across and back into 4th, and McCallum back into 5th. So fierce action here in the Formula Mazda category. Same thing unfolding in Formula Enterprises. The reason? Going for a national amateur championship at the 49th running of SCCA's National Runoffs. We'll be right back.
This portion of the SCCA Runoffs is being brought to you by Mazda, Zoom Zoom, and by Blackmagic Car Care Products.
The Mazda 3, a top safety pick with uncompromised performance. And now it's even more fuel efficient with available SkyActiv technology. We build Mazdas. What do you drive? Now get the Mazda 3 with 0.9% APR for a limited term.
Need help?
Yeah. Well, my ride's been losing power and gas mileage, and I've been thinking about grabbing...
That's thinking with your motorhead. Gilmount products are backed by science, real science, so they help improve performance, increase fuel efficiency, and protect key engine parts. It's not clean until it's Gilmount clean. Bring it in. Think with your motorhead. Choose Gum Out, available at these fine retailers.
Okay, it's time to face facts. You're a gearhead. You treat the freeway on-ramp like your own personal racetrack, and you love the smell of burning rubber. Well, good news, Speed Junkie. The Sports Car Club of America wants you. With 40,000 members and 2,000 events across the country, the SCCA has all the wheel-spinning, engine-revving excitement you can handle. Want to dance on the edge of control? In SCCA Solo, you'll learn the blacktop two-step with an army of cones trying to trip you up. If slinging mud is your thing, check out SCCA Rallycross, where power slides and rooster tails are the name of the game. And if wheel-to-wheel competition is what you crave, SCCA Club Racing lets you chase the checkered flag on America's toughest racetracks. Join the Sports Car Club of America today and feed your obsession.
And the battle continues in Formula Mazda, and it is Alan McCallum continuing to march his way to the front. That is down and underneath Darrell Wills. If he can make it stick, that would be for third. The guy in front of him now is Robert Noel, who had also gone by Wills. And he makes it, so it is Peterson, Noel, McCallum.
Oh, McCallum getting repassed back again. No, he's not. Sorry, that's not true. That's the fourth place one.
Oh, that's Jenks now, apparently going back around.
I thought maybe he had trouble there.
Yeah. So there's Peterson. There is your second place car, Noel, and then McCallum. So Wills is the one who just got past and dropped back to fifth.
I think he's having trouble with that car. Something's starting to go off on speed. McCallum's got the fastest car. It's the red car third in the picture right there.
Yeah, McCallum just ran a 2:16 flat. That's half a second quicker than anybody else.
Yeah, that car's really fast right now. If he can keep working his way forward, pick them off one at a time and regain your speed back. He's able to run those lap times.
Reddick just pulled into the pits. Reddick, folks, just pulled into the pits in front of us. Unbelievable. That is your leader overall in Formula Enterprises, and this came out of nowhere. He had just turned a very quick lap, and look, you can see him pounding on the steering wheel, Dorsey.
Yeah, and the guy in the back pounding on the gearbox, trying to get into the, you see him digging around. I saw him take the light. Yeah, he's going straight to work at the gearbox. He's got trouble there.
So that turns this race on its ear, too. Unbelievable. It's the next group of cars is what we're watching, and those are going to be now, I believe, that's the battle for the lead. That's Jason Wolf. Or is that Gallagher? Gallagher has gone around and picked up the point. There's Wolf right behind him. Yep.
There's
Reddick is moving, but he has lost a ton of track position.
Looks like I'm just guessing gearbox. So I saw the mechanic working at the back. He popped the rain light out of the way to get to the.
And here's a move for the lead into Formula Mazda as well. Robert Noel down to the inside. That silver Mazda. Look at Peters.
Oh, he spins. He's going to get. Oh, he didn't get collected. That was amazing.
So lucky. Noel hangs on to it. So McCallum now into second.
Ooh, that was a good save. I'll tell you what. If he'd spun out there, he'd have got collected.
It'd have been bad.
Yeah.
And Noel, I think he thought that Peterson was going to really close the door and chop him. And you saw a little wiggle, and then he dropped that right to the inside, didn't you, Doris?
Kind of chopped himself, got up on the curb, and unloaded the car. And if he had not have caught that, he would have snapped right back into a wreck, is what would have happened.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, here is McCallum, and he has been so impressive.
That's the fastest car, no doubt.
Oh, without a doubt.
But getting there and getting by, as we are seeing, is a whole different situation.
McCallum just turned a 2:15.7. So
yeah, he runs really good to run these guys down, but when he gets there, he loses his momentum.
Yep.
Or once he makes his pass, it breaks his momentum, and they're able to get back by. So he's good right now.
That's one of the things that people don't realize when a car is so much quicker on the racetrack. When it catches the car in front, you're stuck with that guy's speed until you can get by him.
Yeah, it negates it. And if you overdrive an entry to the corner to make your pass and you're slow off, you get repass. There's a big slide there.
Whoa.
That car's still puking a little fluid.
Yeah. That was a rim shot, huh?
Yeah, that was getting right out there. You see it right up the left corner there.
Yeah.
Little oil overflow or something. If you were behind it, it would be of concern.
All right, here's a look at what happened going into one in that last lap, Doris.
He pinches himself kind of down. You know, can't call fault on that, but he did a great job of hauling that thing back onto the racetrack. If he'd have spun, McCallum would have T-boned him. There's nowhere he could have gone.
Yeah, I think he thought, like I said, I think he saw Peterson starting to turn in and thought he was going to turn into him.
Yep, and he moved over.
and it just spooked him a little bit. Meanwhile, now this is going to get interesting as we've got these
Cars in
faster
front.
Formula Mazda cars coming up on some of the slower Formula Enterprises boys. Fortunately, it's on the straight here, so they can just pull through and draft by him.
Comes McCallum. He might have a run going. Tucks back in for the draft. He's really fast in that situation right there.
Boy, it's huge for McCallum to get underneath this yellow Formula Enterprise car. Peterson's by. McCallum comes through.
Yeah, he's just faking.
And he's clear. Good. Okay, so the battle continues unaffected by that traffic. And 9, we're working lap 10 of 13, and Gallagher is leading in FE right now, just to keep you apprised of what's going on there. Over Wolf and Denny Markline, a great weekend.
Yes.
Up into 3rd right now in that
category.
category.
Talk about Denny Markline much, but
it's because we got this amazing battle that we're trying to focus on here. And
it is a good one.
It's a beaut, and McCallum definitely showing some speed. Here is Gallagher now leading in FE, the black with the orange trim, and there is Wolf, the black with the green trim, sitting in 2nd. And they've got a decent little margin built up to 3rd place Denny Markline right now. You can see not quite appearing in the shot even yet. These two guys, and of course, who knows what would have unfolded with Reddick in it, because that was a good 3-car battle that was building. But boy, once Gallagher now got in front, he's drawn away from Wolf a little bit. Just turned a lap time 6/10 of a second quicker than Jason Wolf. Check that. He just turned a lap time 1.1 seconds quicker than Jason Wolf. I looked at the last lap time. A 15.5 for Gallagher, a 16.6 for Wolf. So he has got some serious pace right now.
Well, I'd say. Watch him through turn 1, using all the road right there, not scrubbing too much. A lot of speed on these cars. They've got a fair amount of grip and downforce with the wing package.
Yeah, Biz was showing us it's a pretty involved wing package as well. There's a lot you can do with it. So back to this battle, and we have a new leader. There you go. We step away for a minute, and Alan McCallum has found his way by Peterson.
Now that's a whole different story. This is the fastest car, so I think he should be able to run away from Peterson. The other part of that equation is that whatever that is that's puking out of the back is going to start getting all over Doug's windscreen.
Yeah.
He will, if he has communication, start complaining about that to the officials. It makes it hard to draft a guy if he's throwing hot oil in your face the whole time.
Absolutely.
But that car is fast right now.
3 wins this year in his division, in Southwestern Division, where he finished 2nd in points.
Full second lap faster.
Wow. Yeah, again.
McCallum comes in at a 16.8 against a 17.8 for Peterson. In theory, should be able to just drive away, but that's theory.
Yes, working 11 of 13 at this stage, down into turn 3. And now the blast through the Moraine sweep.
See Peterson trying to mirror the image, if you will, try to stay totally in the slipstream of McCallum to get any advantage he can.
So here we go down into 5, and McCallum may have gotten by Peterson, but Peterson now has just stuck himself right there.
You can sit back there in 2nd place and start to analyze, where is McCallum faster than I am? Where's it gaining his speed? And then if it's a situation where maybe it's a different line approach to a corner, you change your line, see if you can pick that same speed back up. So, I mean, sometimes 2nd place like this, that's not the end of the world if you can still run the same speeds as the leader is.
Well, you're studying your opponent, aren't you?
Yeah, you're going to find his weakness, and that's exactly what McCallum did, too.
You can usurp his strength, and you know where he's strong, you can adapt that and then try and find the weakness. It's a great game of chess that's being played right here. Boy, he likes that wide line.
McCallum runs this big rim shot entry, and it works for him. You see him, he tightens his apex as he goes down toward the bottom, but he approaches that from the way out up the top. You got to watch that too, because that's where the marbles are. That'll catch you off sometimes on a dirty racetrack. Oh, used it all there. Exit of the kink, got up on the curb.
Tell you though, Dorsey, it works for him because he stretched his margin out over Peterson there. Now traffic going to come into play here as well.
Wondering about
Canada.
that.
Yeah,
that had to happen sooner or later.
And it's all where you catch him, and if he lucks out here, he might just catch him on that uphill run again where the 2 of them caught traffic the last time.
That car is something wrong with that blue car. The wing on the right side is lower than it is on the left side, so I don't know what's happened there, or unless it's an optical delusion that I'm having.
Well, let's see what happens here.
Yeah,
it sure is. Right. Yeah, it's not right. Now, this is going to be interesting. If McCallum can get him into 1 and get that car between he and Peterson, that would be huge. Let's see if he's able to do it. I don't think he's quite close enough, Dorsey. It would take a huge dive bomb move to get her done here.
Yep.
But he might get him on the run to 3.
Oh, a little
There he
squirreliness
goes.
there, pops out.
Now the question
Take
is
them
with
both.
yep, he
He
just
sees him. That's a good thing. You see the driver
nice job.
gave him the heads up. I know you're there. Go ahead. And I think that third car that just got passed has probably been damaged. Maybe somebody got in the right wing post or something, but for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's definitely
it's a
down,
skew.
isn't it?
Yep.
That's going to affect the aero a little bit. And that was nice. Yeah, you're right. Saw him coming, pointed them both by.
Yeah.
Down into 5 as we are working lap 12 of 13. One more after this one. Up into 6.
Pretty evenly matched there. McCallum's had the faster car the whole time. 0.3, half a second that time too.
Just to give you an update on what's going on in FE, it's a 2-second margin from Gallagher back to Wolf, and then a 10-second margin.
Peterson, a big
from
run
Wolf.
off of 8.
Boy, didn't he? Holy. Well, maybe he wanted to pinch him and not let him get that outside run.
Really had a good shot off of there.
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, that it wasn't enough to pull alongside, but this is going to be an interesting final half of a lap.
You bet. I almost wonder if he was watching and had seen him get that great run with that wide entry into the carousel,
maybe.
and if he said, I want to get on his corner and not let him get out there.
Running out of time now, only 2 corners of any consequence left.
Yep, this and one more lap for these guys here. This is some stellar stuff. Boy, Peterson is
he's
close.
right there.
Ooh.
You saw that last.
Here's Jenks. That's the margin back to 3rd.
This run up the hill is always something.
Oh,
better
he ran
apex
wide
there.
that
Yeah,
time.
he did.
McCallum did.
McCallum missed the apex. It's going to cost him speed.
And Peterson's close enough to start feeling that toe.
Didn't see a white flag, so we still got time to go.
Yeah, 1 lap. Final lap. Working
Here he
13.
comes.
Here he comes. Peterson looks to the inside.
No.
And McCallum going to just come across the bow. And Peterson did that, and now he got it done to him. And boy, that cost him too, because he got a little squirrely when he had to check up a little bit.
Yeah, he had to come back online, come across, and get back online from that early, kind of an early dive in that he took.
Oh, this is some fun stuff. One last time
Peterson
down through this section of track into 5.
Peterson going to school here. He's learning exactly where the car is.
Okay, here is Gallagher, your leader in FE, on his final time through this sequence of corners. 12 up into Billy Mitchell. And that puff of smoke is just people running through dirt on the track. Nobody off.
Somebody had gone off there early and left a lot of dirt up there. And when you run wide, you get into it.
Gallagher. That's his own dirt running. He almost spun in his own dirt.
Don't do that. I've seen it before.
Up the hill we go, and Patrick Gallagher is going to claim a gold medal here at the Runoffs. Beautiful job bringing it home. Jason Wolf should be 2nd. There he is. So we're going to go back to that FM Formula Mazda battle.
McCallum with a big lead now over Peterson.
Boy, I'm not sure where he was able to gap that, but he really looked strong. So this is it. Peterson needs some magic or some misfortune for this guy, McCallum. But talk about a story, huh? 11th to a potential win in an ultra competitive spec class.
That is an awesome drive, no question about that.
Ooh, lap car in front though. Ooh,
that could play into things.
Yep, here we go.
I think he's got enough in hand. He'd have to make a mistake.
Through 13.
What a drive, huh?
Fantastic. I just, this is a remarkable story. Gets to the apex that time.
He's good.
Got a great run that time out.
Good, opens up his exit.
Gonna go by that lap car, and we are gonna see a remarkable drive today for sure, from 11th to the gold medal, and Alan McCallum is celebrating madly as he crosses the line, understandably. That was something special.
Yes,
that he pulled off right there. Wow.
11th to the win in the runoffs. You don't see that. And he did it methodically, you know. He had the faster. You picked up on it right away that car's really running pretty quick, and he got up around 6th, and then it was 5th, and then he just did like I was talking about, just popping one at a time until he got where he was going.
And when he got there he was. Top of the box.
Top of the box.
That's about as sweet as it gets. And, you know, for obviously for Scott Reddick, coulda, woulda, shoulda. You know, you had that issue. I think it was his to lose, and unfortunately, that's what happened.
Mechanical of some sort. We don't know there was gearbox. It just looked like that's what they addressed when he came in. But this man got it all done right.
Yeah, he sure did. That was just a staggering drive. Once again, David McCallum out of Houston, Texas, runs the Houston region. I think in the Southwestern Division. Again, no time in the first 2 qualifying sessions, and then just put in a time, a 2:19. The pole was a 2:14.8. He turned a 2:19.6 in that 3rd session just to get some track time. And then you've got he, along with his crew, as Peterson gave him a nice thumbs up.
That's nice to see. Yeah, that's real good.
But clearly, he and his crew put a setup on that car in the off hours here.
There's somebody off in
boy,
the
did he drive
gravel trap over here somewhere. There it is.
There it is, one of our Mazdas, Formula Mazdas.
Last lap.
You hate that. It's the 28. Carson Weeder.
Looks like he spun.
Out of Winter Haven, Florida. Jason Wolf came in and didn't realize, oh, I'm supposed to stop here?
So you don't run over Biz.
So, yeah, exactly. So here we go. Your overall and FE Formula Enterprises race winner, Patrick Gallagher, getting out of the car, taking the arm restraints off, going to peel that helmet off. Quick celebration with some of his crew, and he's coming back to Mr. Biz.
Well, a lot of celebration going on down here, and I certainly know why. Patrick, we'll wait till you get that off. Take your time, buddy. Wow, what a drive. Let's get the appropriate head cover on here. We're going to turn you right around here, so we got the SCCA flag and everything else going here. And a gold medal coming in, too, for you. Congratulations on just a terrific drive. I mean, my gosh, you were certainly the fastest man on the track, but you had a battle for this win.
Yeah, I tried to lose it as hard as I could, and thank God Scott gift wrapped it for me. We were the fastest car out there. I made a mistake. I'm disappointed in that, but to get the win for J Motorsports, these guys work harder than anyone in the paddock. Howard Concrete Pumping, CTL Engineering, and most of all my parents. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here.
Well, yes, parents are very significant when it comes to motor racing in every aspect. But the fight with the number 17 car, the 2 of you are going at it as clean as can be, but still as hard as could be.
Oh, it was unreal. I know I raced Scott for the past couple years, and he's going to race me clean. He's not going to give me an inch. I'm not going to give him an inch, but I know he's not going to hit me. So
boy,
it was awesome.
Look at that $1 million smile. Congratulations again. You are the SCCA champion.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, our number 2 man. Right back this way, guys. Number 65. Already over by the pit wall. Congratulations on a great second place, Jason. But my gosh, you were working hard out there. A lot of defensive driving.
Yeah, the car was sideways around every corner, so I didn't have...
Why was that?
It was just loose. It was... we didn't get the setup right, so I had nothing for Pat. He did a good race.
How about the track itself? It looks like I mean, this is the last race of the day. The track itself could have been getting a little slippery and slick. Slipping and sliding.
Yeah, it could have been pretty bad, but I think it was just the car was loose, and there's nothing we could do about it.
Congratulations still on a great silver medal.
Thank you.
All right. Bronze. Okay, I'll tell you what, Danny. Nice, steady race. A lot of action in front of you. How did you miss all that?
I didn't see any of it. I got
That's a good way to do it.
And I just was trying to run good laps, plain and simple.
But you know, the car seemed very steady all the time. We were just talking about the track getting slick and so forth, but you were just Mr. Steady out there the entire event.
Well, thanks. The car was on rails. Actually, the whole weekend, my car's been great. I got to thank One Formula, and my brother Dave just got the car ready to go, and I'm really glad to be on podium. So.
Congratulations with a great bronze medal. We'll see you back here next year.
Sounds great. Absolutely.
All right. Where's Alan? My gosh, you talk about working hard for a win. Everyone is enjoying themselves. The celebration has already begun, and we have lost our Mazda winner. Well, let's go down a little bit further here. Car number 19. Taking a drink of water. Alan, my gosh, that was one thrilling ride. You had a lot of defense and a great offense going on.
It was great. It was a lot of fun. You know, it doesn't get any better racing than this. Close, real competitive racing.
Well, you were the fastest car on the track. The only problem is you started in 11th place. A lot of work going on.
I had a lot of work. All these guys that we're racing with are great drivers. You know, I have the highest respect for them, and I'm just happy to be.
So what did happen in qualifying? I mean, my gosh, you had so much speed during the race. Qualifying, it wasn't there. What was up with that?
Well, I mean, there's some mechanical issues that we had to work out with the car, with the carburetor, and with.
It was still smoking a little bit at the end. Were you aware of that?
No.
Well, that makes things easier. Listen, congratulations. Let's get your gold medal on here from Bonnie, and we're going to move to number 2, Doug Peterson, certainly the man who maybe led more laps here, but unfortunately he didn't lead the most important one. Where's Doug? It's not hard to see Doug. Doug with that big silver medal on him. Congratulations, Doug. I mean, my gosh, I think you led more laps than anyone, but not the last ones.
Yeah, it seems like the last couple laps are the important ones, and you know, I started getting a little tired. Tires are going away, and this young fellow, he drives a great. We race clean, and the three-dimensional services car, 3dimensional.com, was really spot on. We were a little down on horsepower, I think.
A lot of action in that turn 1. My gosh, you had everyone in the booth screaming, standing up, wondering what was going to happen.
Yeah, you know, I had my chance. I could have stuck my nose there in the last couple laps to try to get Alan, but I didn't want us to come together. We had such a good, clean race, and I like to race clean. I don't like to block, so I congratulate him for winning his first runoffs.
I think we should say you like to race clean and close.
Yeah, well, that was close is okay.
Well, let's get down to Steve, our 3rd place winner. Congratulations on that bronze medal. My gosh, you saw a lot of action going on in front of you, but you held it on. You stayed out of all that trouble to bring it home 3rd.
Well, I wanted to be up there playing with those guys, but yeah, it was an awesome race to watch. As Moses always says, nobody has any more fun than Formula Mazda.
Well, that's true, and you got the smile on your face to prove it. But I'll tell you, the car just didn't seem to be able to run with 1st and 2nd place guys, and even on the straightaway, you weren't being able to get up there and draft with them.
Yeah, we weren't just we'd been perfect all week, and we'd rolled off the trailer and barely made an adjustment. But yeah, in the race it just wasn't quite as good. But hey, we went fast and we had a great time.
Steve, congratulations on a great Formula Mazda 3rd place. And I'll tell you, there's no more competition than these guys out here. And I think the thing that Steve was bringing up is that they wanted to race clean, and that's what this. Especially in open wheels, that's what it's got to be about. Another Formula Mazda championship race in the books. Back to you guys.
Well, it was. I mean, it was both of them were fascinating races. Formula Mazda was stellar in terms of the entertainment value, and you're absolutely right. Open wheel racing, it's got to be clean because you lock wheels, you touch wheels, it's sketchy. But that doesn't mean it can't be exciting.
Yeah, I mean, those guys put on a great show for everybody, no question about it. You saw them slipping, sliding, getting inside each other, and it was a clean race, and you can tell they have a lot of mutual respect for one another.
I love Gallagher's line about I tried to lose it as many ways as I could. He had that off at the exit of 12, but he did win it. Jason Wolf 2nd, Denny Markline, that's gold, silver, and bronze. Congratulations. Steve Grundle, a good run, and Reddick came back for a 5th, Dorsey.
That's pretty amazing, having to come in, make a pit stop, lose that lead, dropped way back, got back up to 5th. No, he's disappointed, but it was a good show.
Absolutely it is. And then Kinlaw, Sturm, Lynn, Przborowski, and Schneider rounding out your top 10. And folks, in Formula Mazda, the guy who wins gets our GoPro Hero Move of the Race Award, and it's, I think, 10 moves.
Yeah, Alan McCallum coming from the back like he did to run up to the front, run down Doug Peterson and win this race. He was our star today.
No question about that. Peterson, Jenks gets the bronze. Then Wills, who was in it, and Robert Noel were both big players in that one and made it very exciting. And then you can see a bit of a gap back to Vanderbush. Jackson, Scott Reddy, Chris Carson-Weeder, and Jason Winkelmulder doing a nice job. George Jackson been tweeting like mad from the runoffs here. It's his first runoffs, and he's letting everybody know how it's going. And he was up in that top 5 for a while. Good run as a rookie and a debut here into the top 10 and into a 7th for George as well. So that wraps up, as we said, our Formula Enterprises and Formula Mazda National Championships. And beautiful races both, and certainly Formula Mazda, one of the most entertaining and fun of the event thus far. And there's some of the action. That was, I believe, Peterson going around Wills. Here's Gallagher's big moment when he spun it, but came back to win it. And that was some of the action Biz was talking about down in turn 1. So FE, Formula Enterprises, and Formula Mazda is drawn to a close. We're done for the day. We'll see you later. Take care, everybody.
This portion of the SCCA Runoffs is being brought to you by Mazda, Zoom Zoom, and by Blackmagic Car Care products.
The Mazda 3, a top safety pick with uncompromised performance. And now it's even more fuel efficient with available SCCA technology. We build Mazdas. What do you drive? Now get the Mazda 3 with 0.9% APR for a limited term.
Need help?
Yeah. Well, my ride's been losing power and gas mileage, and I've been thinking about grabbing...
That's thinking with your motorhead. Gummout products are backed by science, real science, so they help improve performance, increase fuel efficiency, and protect key engine parts. It's not clean until it's Gummout clean. Bring it in. Think with your motorhead. Choose Gummout, available at these fine retailers.
Okay, it's time to face facts. You're a gearhead. You treat the freeway on-ramp like your own personal racetrack, and you love the smell of burning rubber. Well, good news, Speed Junkie. The Sports Car Club of America wants you. With 40,000 members and 2,000 events across the country, the SCCA has all the wheel-spinning, engine-revving excitement you can handle. Want to dance on the edge of control? In SCCA Solo, you'll learn the blacktop two-step with an army of cones trying to trip you up. If slinging mud is your thing, check out SCCA Rallycross, where power slides and rooster tails are the name of the game. And if wheel-to-wheel competition is what you crave, SCCA Club Racing lets you chase the checkered flag on America's toughest racetracks. Join the Sports Car Club of America today and feed your obsession.